Jesus Christ.
Oh, see?
There we go.
Feel bad.
There we go. Hold on. Yo, hold up. Hold up. Yo, my hands is mad. Hold up. This is working perfectly for it. Alright.
You was just trying to fix this on out the picture.
No.
Oh.
That's why I'm trying to move over here. You feel me? Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the J&Dre show. For those who are tuning in. Yo, alright, so I ain't gonna front. I even forgot the whole protocol as to like, the whole thing where it's like, shout out to the WSIN. Yo, where's the sign at, bro?
Oh, nah.
They took the sign away.
Okay, so I guess there's no more calling it now.
Yeah, I saw that. Shout out to WSIN Radio.
Shout out to WSIN Radio.
If you want to tune in, get the TuneIn app on your phone and look up WSIN, and then you can listen to us live every Thursday at 8:00, right? Or you go on the go to WSINradio.org, and you can listen to us live right there.
Or you can go on the Southern website and actually type in the radio. You can actually type in radio station, it'll pop up.
Facts. Or WSIN, it'll pop up. Or you go to 1590 AM on the radio. You can listen to us talk our nonsense,
Yo, I remembered.
What?
I remembered.
The topic?
I remembered.
All right, talk.
I remember.
Make sure you're in the camera too, because it's
a question for you. I mean, it's a question that at first, it was like ha ha ha, like it was just like, all right, cool. I was just asking around word, just to be funny, and comedic. But then I was like, all right, this is getting like deeply like existential. On
okay.
So like,
I need a haircut.
Yeah. The camera is one thing. It's humbling.
Yeah, right. I look like a mountain man, Mustache curled into my mouth.
Say something. But you ever read The Keg?
Nah.
Because it was like this. So it's about like this little white boy. He's like 12 or something, but he gets shipwrecked, and he's shipwrecked only with like a dude, but like he's like a tall black island dude, but he type old.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of look like that. It wears that. So it's just funny. But like, shout out to The Keg. That's a good book. That's a really good book.
I'll look into it, man. I've been on my book status a lot lately.
It's a really good book.
I don't even know how much books I read over the last year. I think it's been at least 20, bro.
Word.
Which is actually pretty good, real talk. Public service announcement. Before you get into your topic, lesson of the day. Read your books, yo. Seriously. Don't read your books, because as you get older, the world's gonna evolve around you. You need to progress, because the world's progressing and people are progressing around you. Ain't nothing worse than you being the person that's low level while everyone else is up here because you too stupid and uneducated. I'm not talking like traditional education like college. I'm talking uneducated as you just being unintelligent as a person because you don't read your books. You think your experience alone is going to be enough, or you think you just got all the answers. I saw a quote from Socrates, right? He said, smart people learn from everyone and everything. Average people learn from their own experiences. And stupid people always have all the answers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, public service announcement. I can't even talk right now. Public service announcement. Read your books.
Yeah, no, seriously. You can't let the world pass you by because you're going to be stagnant.
Facts. I do not tolerate stagnation from no one or nobody that I bang with.
It gets you nowhere.
It doesn't get you nowhere. You stay you at. If anything, you digress once you become stagnant,
Yeah.
You die off. If you don't use it, you
become
lose
old-fashioned.
That's it.
I mean, you're a floppy disk.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We on Netflix now.
Exactly.
We have Google Drive. We don't even need
it. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're past that. You can't be a floppy disk. You can't be stagnant.
Facts. Yeah, what was the topic, bro?
So the topic, like I said, so I was asking around work. And, it's just like, ha, funny. And it really wasn't a big deal. But, like, as I started getting more in-depth in it, like, just kind of asking around and, like, just, like, joking around with people, I was like, yo, this actually could be something. Like,
what's that?
Like, just something to talk about. And I want to ask you. So, like, that's why I didn't tell you and I never told you.
Gotcha.
I wanted, like, your
I didn't want you to forget, though. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, like, shout outs to Lauren for reminding me.
Gotcha.
Like, shout out to you.
Shout out to Lauren.
It was... So I'm gonna preface with the Kool-Aid Man, you know him.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So and the shout outs to Brendan actually. This was his question. So
Brendan?
He actually
Who's that?
Brendan. I work with him.
Okay.
He's the Geo tutor and success coach at the Academic Success Center. Okay. You guys can see Brendan at the Academic Success Center in Bewley Library, 3rd floor, sometime for some coaching or if you need like any tutoring in geography or whatever.
Facts.
So anyway, the Kool-Aid Man, right?
Yeah.
So his question was, is he the pitcher or is he the juice? And I was like, okay, what do you mean? So, and it was funny. And we was like, ha, whatever. But he was like,
is he not the pitcher?
Is he the pitcher or is he the juice? Because, like, if he's the pitcher, well, then he could be filled with anything. He could be filled with water.
Yeah.
And still be the Kool-Aid man. Then why do we call him, why do we describe him by the content inside him? You know what I'm saying? But
why don't we or why do we?
Why do we? Like, why is he, if he's a pitcher, because I've had people say, like, oh, he's clearly the pitcher. Because, like, the pitcher has the face, he's got the legs and arms. But if that's true, well, then he doesn't need Kool-Aid in him to be the Kool-Aid man, right? And if that's true, well, then why do we even call it? Why isn't he the pitcher man? You know what I'm saying?
Because he probably applied for the job, bro.
Hold up.
All right, go ahead.
So I ask you, but now here's the thing. Here's the problem. Now, if he's just the juice, well, then at that point, then we say the pitcher's like a vehicle, right? It's like a vehicle for him to like convey. But without the pitcher, like if I poured him in a cup, would he still be the Kool-Aid man, right? Does he lose his objectness if he's not in the pitcher?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you, what do you think? Is he the pitcher or is he the juice?
Yeah, he's the. I'd say he's the pitcher.
Why?
You know what? Because that the pitcher is what exemplifies him from any other juice character, if that makes sense. For example, so is, all right, how do I say this? I'm really trying to, because that's a good question. I'm like, I don't see him as like the Kool-Aid within. I think I see him as the carrier of the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like Jesus isn't Christianity. You know what I'm saying? He's the symbol of Christianity, so to speak. You feel me? So it's like that. He's like the mascot. He's just the messenger. He's the middleman. When you see him, you see the product of Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, but Christianity was named after Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right? yeah.
So I mean, like, if he's the Kool-Aid man and he's just the pitcher, doesn't he need like some essence of whatever Kool-Aid?
Yeah. Like he. All right, so he would lose. Matter of fact, maybe I'd say 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I say matter of fact 60-40.
60-40 what?
60 pitcher, 40 Kool-Aid. Here's why. I still think his key role, even when he's on the packets, even when he's on the tub,
when he's in the Kool-Aid
even when he was on the Kool-Aid jammers, no matter what Kool-Aid thing you see him on, he's still the pitcher, bro. The pitcher is his body. The pitcher is his entity. You know what I'm saying? What he sustained with is Kool-Aid itself. You know what I'm saying? Because by that logic, bro. How come you don't see him in any other colors? And Kool-Aid has like God knows how many colors.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I think like more than anything else, he is the pitcher, and the Kool-Aid within him that keeps his blood pumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you aren't your lungs and your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your lungs and your heart is like a part of you, so to speak. You feel me? So they just help you keep the train moving. But they aren't you. You don't identify as, oh, I'm a cardiovascular system. No, you are Jaquan Brown, and you have the cardiovascular system to keep you alive. Yeah. But you are not just your heart. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you are your entire body. So I feel like he is more the pitcher than he is the Kool-Aid itself.
But what if, like, the juice is, like, symbolic of, like, the soul?
So you're saying, all right, cool. All right. So by that logic, would you think that if you pour Kool-Aid out and put something else in there, his whole demeanor and personality would just change completely?
Well... So I
by that logic, that's what happened. You feel me?
Well, I mean, I'm saying I'm not trying to put you in the middle. I'm saying he's either this.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm saying
you're just asking.
Well, yeah. I'm saying the fact, because like honestly, like as I was talking about it with people, like I said, it was just a funny and stupid little conversation. But but then I realized like, okay, maybe because people are like, oh, he's both, blah, blah. But like as I started to think about it, I was like, you know what, maybe he is both, because like if you think about it, right, like the pitcher's like his body, but like the juice inside has, because like you never seen him get poured out. Yeah, he's not out here shaking around and having.
But I see like a couple of drops coming around.
Nah, I feel like that's drawn out in the still frame. You never seen him kick down the wall and there's just juice going everywhere. Never happened.
True.
Never happened.
So what's the web that's keeping it together? Is it the imagination of the consumer? Like, you
know
what I'm saying?
I'm like, yo, I don't know.
Is the business of Kool-Aid, is the revenue of Kool-Aid keeping them intact? So let's say Kool-Aid goes down in the stock market or whatever. Will he then begin to pour out and become the Kool-Aid boy? Like you know what I'm saying?
I get you.
On top of that too, I feel like it'll be funny if, because like how the woman movement is is coming up real big.
Yeah. Well, the woman movement and what was it?
I'd say like as far as like gender roles are becoming a lot more fluid.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So
I mean, I think they've been pretty fluid for like a while, like a couple years. Now.
A couple years is not a while in the band.
No. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't 60 years.
Yeah.
You know, 25.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like recently, you know,
recently in the last like couple, I'd say
exactly.
10 plus years,
so
like 10 a little bit. Maybe.
So I can even say like I don't know why I can feel like some girls saying how come this not a cool lady woman and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, we live in a world where now he might just be the Kool-Aid person. Like you can't.
You can't assume his gender anymore. Yeah,
he might be the Kool-Aid person. He might identify differently. He might not be a pitcher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry.
Nah, you a pitcher. I don't care.
I'm sorry. He might be a Dixie cup. He might identify as a Dixie cup.
Man.
Who knows?
Oh my god, that's crazy. But talking about the men and women thing, right?
I was rid of filter.
Yes.
No,
ain't no sugar in that no more. You know.
I'm playing.
Trying to give everybody diabetes. But what was I about to say? I was walking, right?
Yeah.
And I came across my friend Ashley and a couple other friends, right?
Okay.
And after that, shout out to Ashley. She was watching something on Netflix, right? And she paused it. She was like, all right, so she said, would you react different if you caught your son having sex versus if you caught your daughter having sex? I'm like, well, absolutely.
Largely debated thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was like, why is that a thing? I'm like, all right, I'm a rip out your bias towards me, like, you know, being sexist just because I'm a man. I'm gonna take that out the frame. I'm gonna take whatever you've been taught out the frame completely, and we're just gonna look at it objectively. Okay? We look at it from an objective standpoint. I say the reason why I would look at it different, the reason why I would react different if my son got caught having sex as opposed to my daughter got caught having sex is because it is simply a matter of meritocracy. It's all about merit. So when I say merit, I mean, I'm not saying like, you know, every dude deserves a high five for, you know, laying down with a girl. And I'm not saying every girl deserves a high five for laying down with a guy. What I'm saying is this, it's just like from just because this is his nature in general, you know, it's simply harder for a man to lay down with a woman than it is for a woman to lay down with a man. And it's just like, and I say that as a fact, like think about it like this, the moment a girl hits puberty, she's getting piped thrown at her, whether she likes it or not, 24/7. And the moment a boy hits puberty, he's out here hunting for some sugar balls 24/7, whether he likes it or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's
assuming, of course, he's heterosexual.
Oh yeah, assuming We just talking because we're just talking from
heterosexual of course. We're talking solely like
from a heterosexual standpoint. Yeah,
but I mean like, so I think it's like not necessarily. I think the duties between men and women, even though the roles have become more fluid, there are just certain things that like. For the most part, and I'm not going to speak for all women, of course. I'm not going to speak for all men, but, you know, like, I feel like there are certain things that just kind of people just want to stick to. And what I mean by that is this. I don't necessarily think it's harder for a guy to lay down with a woman than it is for a woman to lay down with a guy.
I think so.
But I think...
I'll explain why.
I think it really comes down to, like, the roles. Like, the role of a man is to pursue a woman. Like women don't pursue men.
Because they don't have to.
And they don't have to, but they also don't want to. And they don't want to because I mean there is. I'd say, and when it comes to that, all right, cool. Then I'll say this. We'll get even deeper because from the book The Way of the Superior Man by David Dyer, every man needs to read that book and every woman needs to read that book. Okay, so so he talks about masculine and feminine energies, right? So now it becomes like a gay or straight. It becomes like an anybody thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in a gay couple, there's still someone that's more masculine and someone that's more feminine. Yep, and the straight and the same thing in the straight couple. You know, it could be
either or. It really doesn't matter. There can be a feminine man and a masculine woman, a masculine man and a feminine woman. You know what I'm saying? But in terms when he says man, he talking about anyone with a masculine energy, and when he says woman, he talks about anyone with a feminine energy, point blank, period. Wherever you identify with is what you identify with. And there are people that are just snag nab in the middle. I am not talking to you, okay? and that's okay. You feel me?
The radio off now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so he says like at the end of the day, you know, there's these polarities. You know what I'm saying? There's a masculine polarity and there's a feminine polarity.
I agree.
And these polarities have certain responsibilities and duties and feelings about this. And wherever you end up on that spectrum is where you are, and that's how you're going to react to certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, if my son is a masculine man and my daughter is a feminine woman, they lead different lives. That's just point blank period. That's just the way it is, whether they like it or not. So I'm just like looking at it objectively again. What it takes for a man to sleep with a woman is more of a task and it takes more out of him and it's more of a feat than it is for a woman to lay down with a dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just a fact. For example, like, you walk like, bro, like look at all the sexual assault allegations going on. Look at like everything like sexual harassment is everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, like bro, if every single time you walked and you got a dollar in your pocket for every step you took, you cannot say, oh, I made it from the bottom, or like, oh, rags to riches. You don't have a rags to riches story, bro. You don't have a, oh, I worked hard to get this money story, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just, every single time you took a step, there was a dollar in your pocket. You know how many steps you take a day, bro?
Yeah.
Like on average, like let's say you just trying to do the Fitbit, 10,000 steps a day, bro. That's $10,000 a day. You good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how it is with the supply of meat pipe as far as women is concerned.
No, I get you.
And for men, it's just complete difference. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, I don't think it's necessarily like a difficulty in terms of like I said, I think like you said, like with masculine and feminine polarities and like responsibilities, it's like the duty of the masculine energy, be it a woman or a man, to pursue the other, the other energy that they're trying to get down with.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And like I said, I think it's more difficult? Yes.
Yeah.
To be the pursuer, yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I said.
That's why I think that implies more merit, but I don't think it's a matter of like, it's harder for a man to get a girl than it is for a girl to get a man. It is harder, but it's hard. Well, no, I'm not disagreeing. But I think it's harder, not necessarily because it's just hard. I think it's because like the responsibilities of the men or masculine energy.
You like fading out the shot.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's just harder for masculine energies to, masculine energies have to pursue.
Yeah.
It's their job to pursue.
Yeah.
And it's really the feminine energy's job to kind of weed out what they don't want and weed out what they want.
Yeah. And I agree. You know what I'm saying?
That flourish.
And they decide who comes in. You know what I mean? I simply, it's a typical, lock and key type thing, but it's like if you want to keep it a buck, just keep it a buck. If a key can open any lock, bro, that key is worth $1 million on the market. If a lock can if you just touch the lock and it opens up, you don't want that thing covering your house. That's just the way it is.
And I understand that. I understand that. Like I said, I think it definitely is more of a feat in terms of
that's why I said.
I mean, by responsibility, I don't think it's necessarily. I think, like I said, is it more difficult? Yes, but I don't think that's the lens we should look at it. I think it just comes down to responsibility.
Okay.
Because as the, if we're using just a normal, cis normative interaction here.
Even for example, let's say, so let's go to, it's like I'm saying, like it's harder for masculine energies to coordinate this for feminine energies. Yes. But let's say for instance, there's a masculine gay guy, there's a feminine gay guy, right? The feminine gay dude, I don't know all of this whole thing, you know what I'm saying? But I would think if it's just looking at it from masculine and feminine energies, right? The feminine energy, all he has to do is just sit around and just sift through the line that's coming towards him. You feel me? As opposed to the masculine guy, he gotta be out here hunting and shooting to see which guy he wants.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get you.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, which is more impressive? You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
Obviously, that's why I always say, like, I was comparing, like, when I was talking to him, I was comparing a midget doing the slam dunk as opposed to a dude that's 8 foot tall just dropping the basketball into the hoop.
Of course.
The dude that dropped the basketball into the hoop is not going to get the same reaction as opposed to the midget jumping from the ground up and slamming it in and breaking the rim off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's way more impressive. And on top of that, too, what it takes to get through the sifting process is way different. For a dude to be able to lay down with a girl, right? He has to, according to her standards, you know what I'm saying? He has to meet her standards, you know what I'm saying? 100%. You know what I'm saying? Hers and a woman's standards are like by nature much higher than the man's standards because she has a lot more to lose sexually than a man does, and that's just a fact. Yo, bro, you only have as a woman, you only have a certain amount of eggs before it's all done. You have a tight window. You know, men, a dude can be 99 and still get a girl pregnant. It's not a big deal as long as he got his joint up. You know, so because of that, we lead different lives. You know what I'm saying? So if we lead different lives, I'm gonna come at you different, bro. If you're a water Pokemon, I'm not gonna use flamethrower against you. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use an electric move against you. You know,
Yeah.
and if I'm a fire Pokemon, you shouldn't use a fire move against me. You know, you should
Yeah.
use a water move against me. That's just the way it is. I can't go at you the same way I go at someone else. Who we're two different things. We're leading two different lives, and that's why I said the reaction would be different because it is different.
Yeah,
That's why I said it. I'm not to say like, oh, because women are less or men are more or vice versa. It's just different.
I mean, like,
different doesn't always have to mean unequal.
It doesn't.
You know,
it doesn't necessarily imply bad. I mean,
that's the
like,
next thing too.
If I walked in and I had a son who's out here, like doing this thing with some girl, as opposed to a daughter who's doing something with some dude, or with some girl or whoever. I mean, either way, whether I have a son or a daughter, there's a conversation that needs to be had.
That's a fact. That's
you know
a
what
fact.
I'm saying? There's definitely a conversation
talking about safety,
safety,
health,
all that, health,
the entire spectrum. Because
and also just what's happening, because you know what, like okay, merit and all that stuff, but there are ways to cut corners. You know what I'm saying? For men, for example, you have dudes who con women. You know what I mean? They con them. They pretend to be this guy they're not, and they end up like conning them into this. So like it's only respectable, you know what I mean, as long as you carry yourself with respect, because like you can just tell people what they want to hear just to get what you want from them and then throw them away. So if I have a son who's having like girls coming in and out the house,
I'm like, bro, how are you going about it?
Yeah, but he's a con artist.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have to like, I'm gonna cut that short. I'm like,
Exactly.
bro, that's not how you do things,
Exactly.
man. Like that's the very thing too. Like for myself, excuse me, and like for my brothers, I always tell them like, listen, there's no need for politics when it comes onto the romantic field. There's no need. You can have certain there's skills that are to be needed.
Yes.
You need to have certain skills. When I say skills, I mean as far as like courting someone, making someone feel good, expressing yourself, communication.
Yep.
Whether it's like sexual skills and everything else in between that. You need those skills. That is a fact. But politics, you do not. You do not to like. Growing up, I always hear, just tell them what they want to hear, whatever. I feel like me being a superior man, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Number one, it's wrong. Number two, it's much more impressive, much more of a merit, much more of a feat, and it's much more genuine, and it's much more satisfying when I can come at a woman genuinely, say my intentions clearly and concisely, and me have what she finds valuable enough to bang with me anyway.
Yeah, and it's more respectful.
And it's way more respectful that way.
From everyone around you, from her, and you get to.
And it's a whole lot. Exactly, and it's a lot less confusion and a lot less problems down the road. Like it's just you save yourself a whole lot of problems when you just keep it a buck from the beginning.
Yep.
For example, like if a girl says, "Are you talking to any of the girls?" Just say, "Yeah." If you are. But if you're not, then you're not. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. and that's fine too, bro. Yeah. Like you're one, like, if you're just one at a time guy, be a one at a time guy.
Yeah, don't try to be something you're not.
Yeah, please don't. Because then, you know what's crazy? Girls smell that joint a mile away. They smell it. Yeah. I can smell it. Everyone else smells it except you. Yeah. And that's the worst part about it. Because everywhere around you, you're going to start stinking.
Well, I mean, the easiest way to put it, like, if you're a size 10, don't come through with a size 14 shoe. Just don't do it. Like, don't do it, because everyone's gonna notice.
Yeah,
like,
facts. That was a really good one. That was
Kevin Ball. Like that's how it works. Don't try to. And if you're not necessarily, and I'm not saying obviously if you're not a one at a time guy, you can't be one. Of course you can, but. I mean, like, if you're, for example, if you get into something kind of fresh and let's say you choose to keep your options open. Now, as long as you convey that to her.
Yeah, like, I'm keeping my options open.
You keep you're like, listen, like, I really like, like, I like hanging out with you. But I do want to keep my, not necessarily like, but I want to mess around with other girls.
Yeah, but like, I'm just as single as you are.
I'm still a free agent. Yeah, and you're still a free agent.
Yeah, so I'm not going to
do what you want, and I can do what I want. Exactly. Now I'm choosing to do this. But I'm not putting all my eggs in this basket yet. As long as you do that, you're fine.
You're fine. And then on top of that too, it becomes like if the girl takes it the wrong way, that's on her.
Yep.
That's literally on her. That's not your responsibility for her to be conscious enough to be smart enough and to throw her ego to the side and be like, all right, cool, I don't own this person.
Yeah. And if she's not into it, she's not
into it. And then you know what's great? That's fine. Because there's so many people. Just move on.
Well, yeah,
go to the next person. And you do your thing. Yo, what's good,
what's
bro?
Up, man?
But yeah, that's all you gotta do. Yep. That's honestly all you have to do. Another thing too, I feel like the reason why I say it's just another thing. The reason why it's more impressive because a man has to be more valuable.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Like, all right, for example, for a girl to, let's say you had to let's say if sex costed 10 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
A girl, she already has 8 points on the fact that she has a vagina between her legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she has 8 points before you even have sex.
Before you have sex. Yo, she already has 8 points. All she has to do is get 2 more points, look semi-good.
Well, I mean, she has 8 points the moment she invites you over. Or
Yo, that's it. Yo,
you're in the room with her. It's just you and her.
Her consenting to anything, she already has plus 8 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After that, too. And on top of that, too, for you to want to get with her, she had to have met the other 2 points.
Exactly.
Be attractive and vibe with you enough to want to do that. And that's 2 points. You know what I'm saying? So all you have to do is spend 2 points, really. Versus the guy, he has to earn his other 10 points.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting 10 points for 2 points for the opposite, for approaching you. And looking.
Saying the right thing, looking the right way, smelling the right way.
And all that's 2 points.
And all that's 2 points. You know what I'm saying? Personality, funny, charming. His confidence, his demeanor, his status. Everything else in between. Like, he has to have these things.
Oh, no, I mean, his status. Like, if you got enough status, like, I mean... For some girls, at least, or I'm not gonna say girls, for some people, in general, that's already 9 points.
All right, cool. But here's a crazy thing, though. The work that he had to do to attain that status.
Yeah,
that's why.
If I'm out here making millions, and then 20 years later I'm like a millionaire or billionaire or whatever, and I pull up on just some random girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I put in that work, but I didn't put in that work like for. You know what I mean? It's not like
you said random girl.
Yeah.
You see how a random girl is still just as attractive as you are, and you had to become a millionaire?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? A random girl is just as marketable as a millionaire dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As if she's attractive enough. You feel me?
Yeah.
A girl, if you have a pretty face and a nice body, you are just as sexually attractive as a dude that has 7 figures in his bank account.
I mean, well, the thing is, a dude who has 7 figures in his bank account, he might not be sexually attractive. That makes people willing to be.
And that's the thing. You feel me? And here's the crazy part.
The fantasy of the money.
All right, cool. Peep game. So even then, I'm trying to say, like, just you being a girl in general. You're just more. You're way more valuable on the marketplace as far as sex is concerned than the women is. That's just it. The value of all right, peace out. I remember Aries Spears said, yo, every woman in here is sitting on a scholarship. They don't even know it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's a fact. You feel me? And even if you ugly, you know what I'm saying? There's still dudes out there in the DMs trying to do something.
You're not as attractive. That's what he meant.
Nah, ugly. Ugly. There's some ugly people out there.
Okay, yes. No, you're right.
You know? Right. And that's a fact. You know? Imagine there's an ugly girl, right? There's an ugly dude. They're both same status, same everything. The dude, the woman literally has nothing to offer. You know what I'm saying? She just has a vagina between her legs. No skills, no nothing. She's just an ugly girl that just happens to, be smashable. And there's an ugly dude. You know what I'm saying? No real true skills or anything like that, whatever. The ugly girl still has astronomically more of a chance to get some sex than the ugly guy. That's what I'm trying to say.
If you're an ugly guy or not as attractive guy, you have to have. It's imperative that you have to.
Non-negotiable. Non-negotiable.
You have to have other qualities. Mm-hmm. You have to be smart or inclusively really funny, really nice, really genuine. You have to be that guy.
Really confident. Really
very confident. You have to be,
or just some type of intrinsic mannerism about you that makes
there
that
has
makes
to be something that you have a group of friends that see that in you, because I think that's very important. I think brotherhood is also very important, because the thing is, men. I like to believe, at least for the most part, I'm going to say most men, they're friends with other men, not because of what they look like,
but because of
or
who
their
they
status,
are.
but who they are.
That is a fact.
And I think that brotherhood is important because, if you're not very attractive and you never have been, you're going to feel down on yourself. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? And then you have your boys or, whoever who you're really close with who see you for who you are.
And they bang with you anyway.
Yeah, because, it's one thing when your mother tells you, like, oh, you're really, that's your mom.
That doesn't count.
Sister, that's your brother, Mm-hmm. But when they're your friends, your real friends, they tell you the truth.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
But then I feel like for some girls sometimes it could be the opposite. Like I know, like I have a cousin, and I know a couple other girls, and they won't be friends with other girls if that girl is more attractive than them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that for me, that's just like an egotistical weakness that needs to be shattered immediately. Because like, what if this person is like the best person you could ever come across and will be your support system for everything you got going on, but you just cut it short because they're more attractive than you. Yep. And that's foolishness, you know what I'm saying? Have that security within yourself. to keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're about to end this episode on the iPad anyway. We're gonna continue after I play this little song on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see you guys.
We'll see next week. We're gonna see you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna turn this off real quick. I'm gonna see you guys next week. If you guys want to continue listening, just listen to us on the radio. All right. WSIN radio.
90 AM. Your AM radio.
Oh, what's the number to call too from now on so people know? Hold on. I'm gonna get the thing real quick. 203-392-5353.
What is that?
203-392-5353. All right. Bet. So from now on Thursdays. Now on Thursdays, 203-392-5353. I'm gonna see y'all later. All right.